mentioned special type of sets. So these are the special type of sets. And when we talk of special type of sets, they are type of sets that like we use them frequently in mathematics, and they are very important. So they will be classified as special types of sets because we will use them in most of our discussion, and it's everywhere in maths you meet them. So that's why they have the name special. They are special, you know. So let's take them one by one. So even numbers. When we talk of even numbers, they are numbers that can be divided by 2. For example, if we take the number 6, 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. So even numbers are numbers that can be divided by 2. Meaning, if you divide them by 2, you get a whole number. So we can have a set of even number as, for example, set A equals 2, 4, 6, 8. So the 3 dots means they are never ending. So it means set of even number is an infinite set, and so as all the special type of sets, they are all infinite because you can't list all their elements, or you don't know, or you can't tell the last number. Odd numbers. Odd numbers, they are numbers that cannot be divided by 2. For example, if you have the number 7, 7 divided by 2 will give you 3.5. 3.5 is not a whole number. So 7 does not qualify to be. 7 is an odd number and not an even number, because when you divide it by 2, you will not get a whole number. 3.5 is not a whole number. Okay, so we can have, for example, a set B equals 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So this is a set of odd numbers. So we start from 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 up to infinity. The third special type of set is whole numbers. Whole numbers, they refer to all the numbers starting from 0 up to infinity. So they refer to as whole numbers because they are whole, they are not parts. So like all the whole numbers starting from 0 are whole numbers. So we have, for example, a set C. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 going to infinity. That is whole numbers. Then we have natural numbers. So the difference between a whole number and a natural number is just one thing. The difference is that whole numbers start from 0, but natural numbers start from 1. So that's the difference between whole numbers and natural numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 going to infinity. Then we have prime numbers. When we talk of prime numbers, they are numbers that have just one factor, the number itself and 1. So, for example, if we say factor, it means the numbers that can divide it and give you a whole number. Those are the factors. So, for example, let's look at the number 7. If we take the number 7, 7 cannot be divided by any number, but except 7 itself and 1. So you can divide 7 by 7 itself, you get 1. And then you can divide 7 by 1 and get 7. So all numbers that can only be divided by the number itself and 1, they are referred to as prime numbers. So for example, we can have a set E defining the set of all prime numbers as. So 2 is a prime number. That is something you have to take note of, because 2 can only be divided by 2 itself and 1. So prime numbers, we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, going to infinity. So that is prime numbers. Okay, so I've utilized this part of the board, so I want to clean here and talk about integers. So we are looking at integers. So when we talk of integers, integers refers to collection of both positive and negative numbers. So integers are all positive and negative numbers. So we have 0 here. So for the positive numbers, we have 1, 2, 3, going to infinity, and then we have -1, -2, -3, also going to infinity. So this is the set, defining set of integers. Okay. So now we have 2 more items to cover: multiples of numbers and then square of numbers. So multiples of numbers. When we are talking about a set of a multiple of a number, it means we are multiplying the number by natural numbers. What we mean is that, for example, if we want the multiples of 3, we can get the multiples of 3 by multiplying 3 by all natural numbers. So from our previous definition of natural numbers, we know that natural numbers refers to all numbers except 0, starting from 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going to infinity. So if we want the multiples of 3, what we do is that we multiply 3 by all the natural numbers. So we have 3 here. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6, 18. So like that. We multiply by all natural numbers like that. So these are the multiples of 3. If we want the multiples of 2, we do the same thing. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 4, 8. Like that. So if we want the multiples of a number, we multiply them by natural numbers from the beginning. That is 1 to infinity. So those are natural multiples of a number. Then we have square of numbers. Square of numbers. So if we want to get a set of squares of numbers, square of numbers, what we do is that we square all natural numbers. So we have natural numbers start from 1 and they go up to infinity. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to infinity. So if we want square of numbers, what we do is that we square all the natural numbers. So 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared. Square means multiplying a number by itself. So 2 squared is equal to 2 times 2, which is 4. 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9, like that. So 2 squared, 4. 3 squared, 9. 4 squared, 16. 5 squared, 25. 6 squared, 36, in that order. So this is a set of square of numbers. So this brings us to the end of special type of sets. See you in the next lesson.